Today is Saturday, May 6, 2023. It's been a very strange and out of the ordinary week. 2 days dedicated to real estate, 2 days of background work, and 1 day on a commercial shoot. Let's start with that. On Wednesday this past week, I did an Ally Bank commercial. I think I mentioned applying for this in a past episode. Quick and easy, talking about financial things in my life, sitting in a chair in the living room of an Airbnb in Old Fourth Ward while someone off camera asked me questions, and I looked into a camera while answering. I think I had a lot of good information to share in the form of personal stories. I ran into the hair and makeup woman the next day on another project. I think her name is Angel. On Monday, I worked on a movie called A Man in Full, which is based on the Tom Wolfe novel, which is set in Atlanta. It was filming last year, and although I tested for it, the scheduled filming date moved, and I never actually worked on it. I am guessing these are reshoots. I ran into my friend Jenny, and we hung out together at the Georgian Terrace Hotel where we filmed. Ironically, when I first walked into Holding, I saw her out of the corner of my eye talking to another person, so I just sat down in a chair nearby. Then she ran over to someone a few seats away from me to talk to this guy, and I thought to myself, okay, I guess she's going to ignore me and pretend I don't exist. And then 20 minutes later, as I'm sitting listening to a podcast with earbuds in, she comes running over and asks, "Are you ignoring me?" My thoughts exactly, but I didn't say that. She's a barrel of monkeys, meaning we laugh a lot. She's supposed to be having this party with acting people in 2 to 3 weeks with exercises that test our abilities, like charades, except it's a real scene that you have to improvise. That sounds so interesting. On Thursday, I did a movie about a woman with breast cancer. I hung out with Isabel from The Resident. It was so far away, way up in Roswell. I never film in that part of town. And the call time was 9 a.m., so it took a good hour to get there during rush hour. Yuck is right. We filmed at a real restaurant called Osteria Matone, and our lunch was food prepared by the restaurant staff. This has never happened to me before, and it was very good. The director, Shar, I think her name was, completely ignored me at one point as we were filming a dance scene. She was instructing my dance partner on where to be when we started dancing to no music, and I thought, am I just chopped liver here? There is nothing worse or strange than dancing to no music. I was sure I looked like Elaine from Seinfeld, dancing really poorly. Once in a while, you do something or say something that positively impacts someone's life. Sometimes they tell you about it, but sometimes you never know. While on set, the hair and makeup woman Angel from the Ally Bank shoot the day before recognized me and came over to say hi. As I was walking away, she turned and in a split second made my day. She told me she found my story so touching and so insightful that she went home and told her husband. Mine was the third one they filmed. She thought it was the best one. She thanked me profusely for awakening her mind to financial topics she had not been thinking about. And that's what life is all about, helping others by sharing your knowledge and experiences. If you can touch one life and make it better, then you've done something truly meaningful in this world. My third topic is a docuseries dating show soon to be filmed in Atlanta. I saw a post on Backstage that asked for people to nominate others, which I thought was strange. I mean, what random person who would be nominating someone just happens to have a Backstage account? So, I nominated myself. Chad responded almost immediately via phone, text, and email. We talked on Wednesday. That was interview 1. It's the same company that made Love on the Spectrum, so I watched the first 2 episodes and almost cried. It was both heartwarming and sad at the same time. Everyone wants to find love, but a disability like autism makes it that much harder. The discrimination is one more hurdle they need to overcome. And then a light bulb went off. I realized I am disabled as well, but in a different way. Because I'm over 55 and divorced, I will be discriminated against as well. People will choose to not date me for these reasons, but they also help me be more selective about whom I date. I don't want someone in a different stage of life, and I'm not sure I want someone who hasn't been down the same road before. If you haven't been married before, then you really have no idea what you're getting into, nor how that experience will change who you are. In the end, the factors used to discriminate against me can be used in reverse. I can rule people out who are too young and have never been married. Anyway, Chad passed my information on to someone else named Juliana. I had my second phone screen with her yesterday. Not a ton of new information, except that the confidant I need has to interview with me, so I need to get that person identified stat, because they're actually hiring us as a team. So if they don't like my sidekick, I'm not sure what happens. Do they come back and say, "We loved you, but your confidant, we didn't, so please find another one"? I have 6 people in mind, but only 2 would really be good. I throw out this wild idea of having my ex-husband be my sidekick. I mean, who knows me better? She had to clear it with the casting director, who thought it was a great idea. Then I started working on the application. It's pretty invasive. I could go either way on this. I'd hate to lose the opportunity, but I'm not sure that any of the 6 people I have in mind would be willing to do it. I mean, it's only 2 to 3 days for them, and there is a generous stipend. They just wouldn't tell me what it is. I have to imagine it's at least $5,000 to $10,000, and that would be a nice stream of income this year. It doesn't film until the August to October timeframe. The project I worked on a few weeks ago, where the actor was telling jokes and impersonating Donald Trump, well, he went into the hospital the next day here in Atlanta, and we still don't know exactly what happened. Yes, it's Jamie Foxx. My Film 3 class at Alliance was supposed to start this week, but once again, a lack of people signing up caused them to cancel it. So I had to switch to another Film 3 starting in mid-May. This one with Katie Causey. They're having their usual 25% off sale, so I have to decide on the class after that and register ASAP so I can get the discount. I reached out to Joseph Jean this week regarding one more scene we need to film for American Mummy. He has it slated for May 15th, but I have a closing that afternoon, so he said we do it in the morning. That's going to be a crazy day given my experience filming with him. The final walkthrough may be that morning, and if the buyer, who's been acting like a bit of a lunatic so far, finds something not to her liking, I won't be in a position to do anything about it. I'm the listing agent. It took almost 2 days for my clients to decide that they couldn't let her in to show the condo to her son this past week, and then she had the gall to email me directly and ask again, as if the answer were going to change somehow. What's worse is that her agent has no boundaries. She drove her agent crazy, her agent drove me crazy, but I refused to pass this craziness on to my clients and shielded them from it. Remember this, you are always in control of how you react to a situation, not the person creating the drama. Off to wash my car and cut up tree limbs from a maple in my front yard that's already getting too big for its britches. The Chinese fringe tree that Atlanta Trees planted a month ago on my tree belt is blooming already. Spring is definitely here.